So many people, it's a pub argument, I've seen it on social media. We've had a couple of people mention it on here, but I don't want to get into it too much, Tam, but they're talking about achievements. Rangers' achievement of getting to the Europa League Final is far greater than what Celtic achieved in winning the European Cup in 1967. Now, you don't need to answer it if you don't want to because you're such a young lad, but by the way, if you've had a few pints with your mates, that's a full scaler in a pub, isn't it?
It definitely is. I mean, obviously, I wasn't even born when Celtic won it, but Celtic won the European Cup for me with that team, all based in Glasgow, you know. But the argument I think I heard the other night was somebody was saying Celtic only played 4 or 5 games to win it,
yeah,
something like that. So I think that's the argument for the Rangers end. They'll say, well, we played qualifiers, we played, you know, group stages, and then we had knockout games. So
yeah,
they played far more games to get to the final. Plus, I think that the financial disparity between the teams now is far bigger than it was back then, maybe with Celtic and Inter Milan, I don't know. So it's a great argument and you can see both sides of it, but for me, I don't think the Lisbon Lions and Celtic European will ever be surpassing Scottish football.
Yeah, it's a good argument, isn't it, Ruffy? I mean, I think I think that Celtic side, I think going through, as Tam said, they didn't play a lot of games, but in one of the games they played a country.
Mm-hmm. Which country would that have been?
Yugoslavia.
Yeah.
Because the best players in Yugoslavia were in the army and they all played for Vojvodina.
Yeah, I mean, there's arguments for and arguments against. The one I would say is the Celtic team were all Scottish lads. There was nobody from any other country. You know, there was nobody brought in, you know, no foreign players, put it that way.
Yeah.
And they were just home-based guys, you know, who all, as we know now, all got together and went all the way. But you can have arguments for and arguments against. But it's a European
I think we should celebrate everybody getting there.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We all hope we see the Rangers captain lifting that cup, the same as Billy McNeil lifted it, and same as John Gregg lifted it. You know, that's what we want.
Yeah, absolutely. And really good players as well. The one thing I would say is I think that you know, of the teams that have won something, I think they've at least had, if not a world-class player, certainly top drawer players in their side that you think, oh, if he could walk into any team. Do you follow me? Mm-hmm. You know, Bertie Auld, when he was in here on our show on a number of occasions, said Celtic had 3 world-class players in the winning side of 67. You know, Jimmy Johnston, Bobby Murdoch, Tommy Gemmell. And I couldn't disagree with him. I think Sandy Jardine could have walked into any team in 72 in their Cup Winners' Cup side because he was absolutely top drawer. And I maybe I'm biased because I worked with him for such a long time, but I thought DJ could play centre half, midfield, and up front as a striker. I mean, he played, I think, a good few years as a centre half for Rangers. That's how good he was.
I'd probably personally preferred he was centre half.
Is that right?
Yeah, because he wouldn't have been centre forward and getting Davy Cooper's crosses coming in the box.
I'm brilliant, okay. Anyway, thanks to lots of people who mentioned players and teams as well. It's a great one. And Michael Crooks, I think, is right to mention this one, which Derek Johnson mentioned to me on so many occasions when we used to sit in the Radio Clyde Sports Desk and have great banter. Michael says Dave Smith was a brilliant player, and I can't disagree with you, Michael. Dave Smith, Derek Johnson used to say Dave Smith talked him through games and says, you win the header, if you don't win the header, I'll mop up behind you. How good a player is that when you've got somebody like that, Tam, eh?
Oh, that's what it's all about. He's probably an experienced player, and when you're a young player coming through, and I was the same playing with Hibs, playing with guys like Mick Supatalainen who had 100 caps for Finland, and Craig Brewster, and guys like that who had great careers, and they would just talk to you, listen, don't run in every man, stay here. I'll hold the ball up and whatever, and it's great to have guys like that, good professionals, to talk you through the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks to so many people there mentioning these topics. Always a good pub argument. The only thing missing here is we don't have beer, Ruffy, or indeed a wee gin chaser for yourself, which is the norm.